Hello and welcome to EduCurious, where we highlight exceptional educators and dive deep into complex issues. Today's guest is Brannan Lawson, lifelong art teacher and the founder of the Kids Creative Market. So welcome back to the show, Brannan. I'm so glad to have you.
Glad to be back.
Tell me what dates I need to put on my calendar and what time and what location.
It is this Saturday, July 12th. We usually try to do it the second weekend of July every year, just for those that like to do it every year. It is at the Lake Wales Arts Council. Starts at 10 a.m. and we go till 1 p.m.
There are so many artists that are involved, and they're from all the different schools around the area. That's why it's relevant to this show, because there are young people that are in the community. So walk us through that.
Back in 2016, that's when I started my artistic journey outside of the classroom. She was little, 5, 6. That's when I started doing little markets around town, nothing big. And obviously the Lake Wells Art Show I did. And she just saw me make art, stand in a tent. People would give me money and then take my art away. So she started asking if she could sell her art. And she started off with pieces of notebook paper stapled together. It wasn't even art. It was like some theme. And with art shows with adults, there are specific things you have to go through. You have to apply, which costs money. You have to then be accepted because you have to show them your art. You have to give like what mediums you use. How do you do this? You have to give them specific details. And then they usually have a committee that comes together and does this. And then they have rules and they have expectations as you set up. You have to have a tent. You have to have display items. So I noticed that many of the things I was doing, she could not sell items out. They would not let her. There were some little hometown ones we could set up a little table to the side and she could sell her things. And it was usually literally people from our community coming to these little things that I was helping out with. I noticed that as I was doing them, she really wanted to. And as I was researching and looking for things that I could do and she could do, there wasn't much around. As she progressed in getting better at her art and her little creations, she was more crafty things, but still things that she was working on and making. I couldn't explain to her, like, honey, you can't do this with mommy today. Like, they won't allow you to. And she just got really frustrated and I got frustrated. One of the Lake Wells art shows I was doing, Tommy Frank walked into my tent and I just kind of started talking to him about like kids and entrepreneurship and being creative, and they can't, because even the Lake Wells Art Show has got an expectation they want the artist at, and just kind of talking to him about those things and my daughter. And I just had been brewing, like, what if we did this, but what if we made it kid friendly, that they really just had to walk up and dump their stuff in front of everybody to buy it. And he was on board. Like, he jumped in and offered the Lake Wells Art Center up. And once I had like the venue, then in knowing what they could provide, pieces fell into our lap. But really, it just stemmed from my daughter being creative and wanting to do what mommy did. I noticed some of my friends were showing what their kids were making and trying to sell it on Facebook. And that's kind of hard. Where do you pick it up at? Where do you kind of make this transaction? I really wanted a place, a local place, to be able to hold this event that could provide what each artist needed. Thank goodness it's inside. And I didn't want it outside. I didn't want kids to have to worry about tents, and I didn't want to have to worry about weather. Those things really can kind of make art shows and art events very difficult. Being inside was one thing I really wanted, and enough room to have as many kids that wanted to do it. And the art center checked those boxes. Tables were our next thing. And they, obviously being an event venue, have tables. Now, they're not huge, and I didn't want to provide when I go to an art event, I have, I think, 3 8-foot, 6-foot tables or something ridiculous. I just wanted it big enough where they didn't feel like they had to fill a huge area with whatever they were creating. They had the tables, they had the venue, they had the possibilities. And we just met one afternoon and kind of decided the summertime was the best because it's slow. Things around here are slow. And we wanted to give the community something to attend during the summer, kind of after the beginning of the summer, where you've already kind of went on all your vacations. And July, we feel like we're all kind of slowing down. But that's where it stemmed, as just a little idea I kind of threw out there to Tommy Frank at Lake Wells Art Center. And they graciously and wonderfully accepted. And they really do a lot for it. I mean, I really take the lead in getting the kids signed up and making sure the kids and the information is flowing through, letting parents feel comfortable. Because I really want the kids to get the idea of what it is to be a working artist. Well, I send them information like, how do you do your prices? What do I need to be working on 6 months in advance? What do I need to bring to the day of the event? I really try to send the information out as if they were an artist going to the Lake Wells Art Show and setting up. Because I've done so many, I kind of know how it filters through to the artist. And I really try to set that up just the same if they were going to a true, which they are, adult for artists that are older than 18. It is, and it's a lot. And I tell the families, you know what? If you get to July 1st and you're scrambling, please, because there's sometimes as artists, we set up a show, we put a time, and we just can't work it out. Life happens. And I try to push that out and let them know, like, if you can't get your stuff together, don't worry, we will do it again. But I do try to push it out there early enough to give the families and kids, a good amount of time to start working on it. And also to let them know it doesn't have to be anything big. Like my son, he wasn't into it at first. After this first year we did it, he saw his sister like making money and doing things. He kind of helped her in the booth. And we now do dog biscuits for him. And really that is just a few ingredients, roll it out, make some dog biscuits, put them in a bag, and that's it. He is not the type of person to do crafts. I like for them to have the experience of talking to people, letting them talk through what they made, exchanging money, taking money, and all those experiences. He does not do a extensive booth like my daughter. My daughter puts way more effort and thought and money into it, but you can have both sides of the artistic kind of thing. And I tell them, like, you grow plants, bring them. You make little trinkets, jewelry, cookies, anything. I try to explain to the families, like, it does not have to be paper, pencil, art as we think. It's more of I like to call it creative kids, not so much entrepreneurship, but I think that is like really the underlining goal is for them to understand all these things that run a business. I want them to understand it's more than just being creative. They're learning lots of skills that I did not learn till way until my 30s with all the art shows that I've been doing. So, but that's where it stemmed from. That's the gist of it. There's lots of different things that kids bring to the market. It's not just art, painting, things like that.
I'm supposing that you've got all your artists lined up already, so there are no more room right now, correct?
I'm kind of flexible. I know some people don't see the things that pushed out. We're at 56 or 7 as of today. And I know I've had emails because I really like the parents to let me know if they drop out because it's no big deal. I won't let you not sign up because sometimes that can be a thing. If you don't have a consistent attendance, you could, as an older artist, not be accepted. But I don't want to do that to anybody. I try to be as flexible as possible.
And is there a fee associated with having a table?
It is free. I ask for volunteers, and I have a few of teachers that put their time in, and I have lots of nieces and nephews that come and help me set up the day before. But that was my goal, is I want it to be absolutely free. I want them to take the money, if they get any from their parents, and put it into the actual product or creation they're creating. I do not want them to stress about providing tables or chairs or whatever. That is the great thing the Art Center provides, is those big bulky things that most artists have to collect and purchase on their own as we set up our booth.
Do you need any additional help this Friday?
So Friday, I usually don't do much other than just make sure we have the tables. And that usually we got covered because I bribe my nieces and nephews. Saturday, I know the ones that help me check everybody in. I tell the kids, make sure you have an adult with them. They usually come set up their stuff. And the adults last year and the kids, I went, because we used the upstairs and the downstairs in the art center. I came upstairs to check to make sure that I knew make sure we get any trash. They had done everything. They had all the parents and kids had put it all up for me, really. And I think that's a great thing to add to it. Like, if you're participating in it, just be helpful to make sure that we clean up the floors, throw any trash away. And I didn't even expect them to put all the tables away, but they did it. So I'm hoping that they continue that with me, because it is a big help, especially since we're doing 2 levels, to get that all put away. But yeah, if anybody ever wants to help, you are welcome to come. 1:00 is when we start cleaning up and finishing up. It's kind of a mass kind of crazy chaos going on as we're all trying to get those things put away. But cleaning up is always a big help.
And where will I go if I need additional information on this? I lose my flyer or whatever. How do I get a hold of you or find out what's going on?
If you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, and the Lake Wells Arts Council is their little thing, we both push out all the information. Facebook does have a Facebook event that they have pushed, the Lake Wells Arts Council push out. If you look up any of those, we push out the information from there. Also, I know the Lake Wells Arts Council, their email that just went out, their weekly newsletter, they always work up to that event. There are flyers around town. I know they've put up, I think they have a flyer out like right when you usually walk into the Lake Wells Arts Council. And if you come this Saturday, we have the downstairs and the upstairs. Both of them are open. If you go the downstairs double door, you're going to find some artists. If you go the upstairs double doors, you're going to find some artists. Make sure if you do come, visit upstairs and downstairs, because I know we'll have both levels of that Lake Wells Arts Council possibly full.
What do I need to expect on Saturday?
We have 3 food trucks. So we have Taco Riendo, who lives there on their parking area. And we have Topsy's, she's coming, and Kona Ice. Those 3 food trucks will be there. And the art center is providing some kind of live music. I'm not sure what that is. And as of cash and cards, always bring cash. I tell my little creators that there are ways for you to get around using, if you don't have a card system. But I know Venmo, Cash App, and all those things that you can use phone to phone. That's a great way. I know you can print out the QR code and people can scan that and pay through that. I try to share that with my artists, but cash is usually the safest bet to do it. And we have prices from $1 or $2 all the way up to, $20. But yes, I would say definitely get some cash and bring your friends, your family, and whoever, and get ready to buy some cute little gifts for Christmas or other holidays to keep stashed away.
What are your goals and aspirations for this kids creative market in the future?
Getting the community kind of businesses into it, but some kind of scholarship system where we could award a handful of creators that apply for this to give them funds like 6 months before or 3 months before, enough time for them to be able to go buy the supplies. They can join in on us. I would love to work something into the future where businesses can, sponsor a kid or provide something kind of scholarship, and then we award that to kids who apply for it.
Any last minute things that we need to know? I'm super excited about it.
Bring your friends, bring your family, bring your cash, bring an empty stomach. You're going to support lots of local things if you come and join in on us. It is this Saturday. 10 is when we open. We go to 1 o'clock. Even if you don't come purchase anything from anybody, come and talk to the artist. Come and talk to these kids, ask them questions, ask them how they made it, ask them why they chose that item. I think just getting the kids to talk about being creative and this whole process they went to, like, say, that's a great job. Good. I can't believe you're doing this, but this is amazing. Even words of encouragement for those little ones is a big thing. Because I, as an artist, know it's a lot of hard work. And sometimes someone coming in and just looking at your item and just saying, oh my gosh, that's amazing. I cannot believe you did this. Is just as good as someone buying it. Even if you don't want to come and spend any money, come and just talk to the creators. That's even a great thing to kind of encourage them as they start this journey or if they continue this journey. Because I know I've got some of them, this is their 3rd year doing it with me. Not only new ones, but still ones that are doing this more and more every year.
Thank you for taking it on, volunteering your time, and making the community a better place. Whether you're a teacher, a parent, or just EduCurious, join the community as we explore various educational topics and learn from each other. We'll see you next time.